I think because we're in the inland northwest, a lot of the time we have this idea that we are, exempt from like tsunamis and things like that. But I was here during Mount St. Helens, and the impact on the community was huge, and had ripples that even a few years later, there were buildings that were falling down from the weight of the ash and things like that. And I also was in Japan a month after Fukushima. So to me, I can see some scenarios where we could definitely need some disaster preparedness stuff in place. And how do you see your role in that as a sheriff? And how do you see, like, I don't know, CERT training or other programs that we might benefit from including more in our county?
The emergency management practices that we do have right now are, I would consider, stellar. And I think my opponent would say that too. A lot of the 9/11 money that did come out of Homeland Security, we're able to build up some of the infrastructure and make it better. The plans that are in place to deal with things like that, they're in place. We practice and practice on that all the time in law enforcement, is that critical incident management. That being said, I think it's important that the sheriff have very strong ties with city, county leaders, and also leaders of our institutions. There was an incident not too long ago where the sheriff closed the schools because of a snowfall, and there were some hard feelings between him and the school district over him doing that and shutting the school down. And I think in a situation like that, I want to be able to defer to the leader of that institution, saying, what do you think should happen here? Now, in an ice storm or a firestorm, certainly the sheriff has to step up and say, we're going to close schools and we're going to do this and take charge. But I want to be able to rely on those members of the community, because I don't know it all. I've got to rely on that knowledge. It's well placed in the community, and for them to be able to tell me what we need to do and rely on that. So that's where I think the strength is that everybody in the community has a strong tie with the sheriff. I think the incident that happened down here in the valley was caused a lot of hard feelings, where the deputies showed up at the behavioral health place, and they knew that they thought someone was inside. And they did the right thing. They showed up, they didn't have a warrant, and they asked questions. Is this guy here? He's wanted. And the guy that was inside there, the manager, said, I can't give you that information. Well, the deputies did the right thing, and the guy at the behavioral health did the right thing, but my opponent went and took the matter to the prosecutor's office and wanted to arrest the manager of the behavioral health center. I don't want it to be that way. I want it to be able to where I can sit down with that person and say, what's the issue here? I don't want to put you in jail. I want to fix this. It's like the deputies that were shot. Standing up the next day with the guy's criminal history and saying, what happened here? Why did the federal judge do this? That's not going to create good feelings with the federal court system. I'd want to be able to go down there the next day with the administrative judge and sit down and say, okay, tell me what happened. Let's you and I go on the 6 o'clock news and discuss this and figure out what really happened here. So I know it sounds kind of touchy-feely, but building those bridges, it gives you a sense of confidence, I think, when you see people on the TV together, getting together and talking, rather than saying, I'm going to put you in jail, or I'm going to, I don't like to see that.
What do you think of Sheriff Richard Mack?